may not count?
Well, I think to some extent, yes, it can act as a deterrent, probably discourage they who are, not willing to go the full hog, and say that let my vote count. I am a Kenyan. Let's recall that we have a 5-year cycle. So if you're willing to be entrenched again into the economic hardship of the current regime, go ahead, sit back, but don't make any lamentation that you are suffering economically or otherwise, or you're feeling totally sidelined by the regime that is in power. But wake up and say that, well, whatever happened may have happened in the past, but it is my time now to make my vote count. This is your voice at the political level, which will translate at the economic level. And then you will have your own person that you have elected, that you hold to account. Remember, when you have this person that you've elected going to parliament, he or she owes that allegiance to you, and you can have them recalled under the Constitution and under the law. Now, if you sit back and you say that, well, they say they are going to rig the elections, and that's a legitimate concern, especially this time that you have digitized electoral processes, that, we are seeing more of the digitization of every government function, and they who are in power want to entrench themselves, protect their turf, and ensure that no one comes and takes over from them in that sense, with or without the legitimate political goodwill of the Kenyan people. Remember, the Constitution as a Kenyan gives you that right under Article 1, Sub-Article 1 of the Constitution, that the power to govern vests in you as a Kenyan. And the moment you then divest, remove yourself from that platform, then you cannot be heard to say or lament that the Kenyan nation is going into the ditch. This is the opportunity. This is a time. The Kenyan people woke up and said, enough is enough. My vote will have to count. And then you go back to the ballot and you say, I will guard my vote, so that no matter what happens in the past, we have seen that, election rigging in 2017 ended up at the Supreme Court. And then we were told that, the whole process has to have integrity right up to the end of the declaration of results. So that is a whole entire process. Now we are seeing the commencement of the process. In itself, having doubts, do we have an election for sure that will have voters in terms of the Kenyan people, or it's just a tiny minority?
And you mentioned it correctly, the fact that we've had contested elections for about almost 3 decades now, since 2007.
Yes.
Till to date, every election has been contested. And a huge chunk of Kenyans feel, even at the end, that probably their vote never mattered. Are these younger Kenyans who have never voted probably right to feel that probably this is not the right process? They're looking at places like Nepal, and the process to remove the regime was something different. Bangladesh was something different. And maybe that is not the way to go?
Well, let me use that example that you have of Nepal, for instance. Okay, fine. You go and overthrow this person. You remove them from State House, and you burn the legislature, parliament. Then what? Then what? You will still need diplomats who will appoint those diplomats to go and represent you in foreign countries. You will still need to negotiate your loans that have been badly negotiated. You will still need to get back to the drawing table. Who will appoint to those people? So you need people of integrity. And what we have now are the structures of governance through the ballot. And the electoral process then has to be protected by every means. But look at the Kanu regime. The Kanu regime had a youth wing. The youth wing was targeting the youth. And so whatever misgivings that you may have of the Moi, the Kanu political regime, still they had that vision. Look at the political parties. For instance, we had a PNU that came and came, so and died. We have Jubilee, reign, came and died, or rather, SIGNET resurrection, as the case may be. But the point is now, they do not have that vision for the youth. Look at their own websites. Whereas you have the Political Parties Act under Section 7, subsection 1G, saying that all political parties should have a website. Look at them. Go to the Jubilee website, for instance. They are there talking about their achievements in 2013. Hello? We're in 2025. Go even to the UDA, the reigning political party, today. Their own website, as we speak right now, They are speaking of their vision in 2022. And we're in 2025. So you go to their website and say, okay, I'm going to find out about the youth. What do they have about the youth? Zero, nothing. So these youth have a legitimate concern. You have totally cut me off. I'm just right there in the periphery. You don't have any consideration about me, which goes, again, to question the political party's own manifestos. And you look at that and you ask yourself, what do you have in terms of the future of this nation that is captured in this youth? So my appeal to them is that you forget about that. Think about it, your own self as an individual. The future of the country that you want. You want people that are accountable to you, that are getting paid through your taxes in a manner that is representative of you, and they articulate your concern and they voice every protest that you have. Today, they are not articulating your concern. What do you have as an option? Get to register as a voter. Be armed. Show that politician that I am armed this time. Not just going to the social media and saying that, you know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That tweet will be forgotten. That posting on social media will be forgotten. Worse, it is going to be deleted. Then you have no voice.
All right.
So get a voter's card and go out there and say that I am armed and I'm going to vote you out and I'll hold you to account. That is what every politician does not want to hear.
Yes, the great concern this morning is the apparent apathy that is